What's up, guys? Sorry for the lighting. Like I said, I don't have internet right now. Had some good news today, though. Got the stimulus check in. So me and my wife got that in today, $2,400, which is awesome. I'm not like a big Trump supporter or nothing, but it's the only time a president's ever paid me, and honestly, me and my wife have been struggling for like 3 years now with money, so it's pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna do a review though. I finished reading Harry Potter Cursed Child. It's pretty good. It's different than the rest of the series though. It's written in a play form, which I didn't mind. A lot of people, that was a big turn off. They're like, oh, it doesn't count as a Harry Potter book, and I'm not going to read it because of that. But honestly, that didn't bother me. Like, two of my favorite books are written in play form. Romeo and Juliet and The Crucible. The only thing that bothered me about it being written in play form was like, I felt that The Crucible kind of kept the fourth wall from being broken. Like, anytime it would describe a scene, it would never describe it as on the stage or in the audience or anything like that. It would just simply describe the scene of how they want it to look. You know, like, you're supposed to pretend in your mind that it's real. And I wish that The Cursed Child would have done that more, because I felt like it did break that fourth wall, and it would say stage or audience, and I was like, and here I am envisioning in my head of I'm in the world, the wizarding world, you know, and they break the fourth wall with a sentence, and now I'm imagining it like I'm in a theater. And I'm like, that was a little aggravating. That was the only part that I found to be annoying. It was pretty cool though that it's like 19 years after the last book, The Deathly Hallows, which is actually what I'm reading now. Like I said, I'm reading them out of order, sadly, because that's the way that it was available to me. And with this coronavirus going on, everything's shut down. So that's how I've been getting them. But working third, yeah, I needed something to do, because I'm literally the only one awake at night. Everyone's asleep. I don't want to go to like the living room and turn on the TV, so I'm like, I gotta have something to do while I'm up literally till the sun rises. So I've been reading, catching up on my reading. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see them, Harry and the crew, as older people. And part of the struggle in the book between Harry and his son, Harry is like he kind of takes the back burner in the book, which is kind of neat. Basically, the lead character is Albus Potter, and Malfoy's son, Scorpio, I think his name is Scorpio or Scorpius, but they're pretty much the lead. Both of them are Slytherin. The struggle between Albus and Harry is pretty much that Albus feels like he can't fit in his father's shoes. So that was pretty cool. I was a little confused because I haven't read the whole series yet, sadly, because I've gotten them out of order. So it goes back to the Triwizard Cup. So like, definitely make sure you read book 4, The Goblet of Fire, before you read this one. It's better understand it, because essentially it's time travel. they're time traveling back and forth, and pretty much the concept is the butterfly effect. They keep going back in time and fucking things up worse. And instead of the main villain being Voldemort, it's Voldemort related. The villain's trying to bring Voldemort back. I won't give you a spoiler, but it was kind of cool to see a different villain besides Voldemort. But yeah, it was a lengthy book too, considering it was a play. It's part 1 and part 2, so I mean it's about as long as I would say the first book. I actually kind of prefer play form dialogue too. I felt like the dialogue went quicker. Back like when it comes to like banter back and forth. For some reason, I think the English language was kind of written kind of created ass backwards a little bit. Like when you're reading a book for the first time and you don't know all the characters when they're talking back and forth, it never made sense to me, even when I was learning to read and write, why they, like, say I'm gonna do just a example, like a sentence like, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" said Abe. You don't find out who said it until after the sentence, so it's kind of hard to visualize it in your head reading who is saying what until the sentence is over. So I feel like, I don't know if anyone else like has that problem when reading. Obviously I can read. I'm not like stupid or nothing, but it just, to me, the English language is kind of broken sometimes. Like, why would you say who is saying what after they say it? Because it makes it to where you can't visualize who's saying it until after you finish the sentence, and then you have to almost kind of reread the sentence. So you're reading everything twice. Any dialogue you're reading twice. I don't know, it could just be me. Let me know in the comments if anyone else kind of struggles with that. I feel like every time I'm reading a book, I'm doing twice the amount of reading, because like a normal scene with no dialogue, I read just fine, because it's telling who's doing what while they're doing it. But dialogue scenes, I always have to reread every sentence twice, because I'm reading it the first time and then not finding out who's saying what until the end of the sentence, when it says Hagrid or says Harry. And then I reread the sentence to read it in their voice while I'm visualizing them saying it. So I do think that, honestly, playwright form of dialogue is better. If I wrote a book, I would write it, the whole book, as a normal book. As far as like action scenes with no dialogue, I would write it normally as any other book that's non-play form, and then write all the dialogue in play form. To me, that seems just better. I don't know. I'm weird like that. But I don't know, I give it, I'll give this one a 7 out of 10. I think I gave Chamber Secrets a 10 out of 10. I gave Sorcerer's Stone, I think it was an 8 out of 10. This one I would say is a 7 out of 10. It was good. It wasn't amazing. It was kind of cool to see how the series ends. But yeah, it wasn't like nothing amazing though. So I would say it was decent. It's a good read. I would read it. And honestly, where it's playwright form, you could read it in one sitting. It's a thick book, but honestly, you could read it in one sitting if you wanted to. But it'd be a good book for the coronavirus right now to pick up and read it. You know, I got it at Walmart for like $8, so it's not that expensive. It's good for a day off, you know. But that's about it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments if you guys have read it before. Let me know if you guys, I think it would be cool if they made a movie on it. I mean, honestly, a play script is honestly enough, pretty much like a script for a movie, so, but y'all have a good day.